Welcome to Date Night Podcast,
a tabletop role-playing game podcast set in the homebrew world of Volyanaya.
Let's explore a whole new world together.
You wake up in the morning. Arn's on the last watch, so already up. During the end of the last watch, the Striders, giant water Striders, all arrive, circled in around the island as if guarding it. 5 huge black creatures drifting gently on the surface of the water. And it's morning.
Kira just did a mental counting of everybody to make sure that we had enough people in water Striders.
Okay.
I think we do.
Yeah, I was like, wait, how many?
Guys, those big bugs are back!
Gosh, it's really quiet down here. You don't have to yell.
Who's yelling?
And we hear a splash in the different distance as a stalactite falls into the water.
So how do we all sleep? Terrible? Cool, me too. Let's get it going. Wait, Hannah, where are we going?
I don't like it down here anymore.
You guys okay?
I felt like I'm going to throw up for the past 48 hours.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail strength and constitution saving.
Man, that sucks.
I've got some experience down here. It's just checks. You're okay on saves.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's very encouraging.
You're welcome. I've been there. I think our plan was we were going to try to get up to Lightwater and Lightwater Falls, where it comes off the Long Breath, and try and refill our water supply. We're down to just a couple days.
Yeah,
and
I've only got 2 days.
Hard to make it across the across Zidraz with
And then where
2
were we
days
going
worth of
after
water.
that?
Well, through my old city. Once we make it to the other side of that, across the night march to Red Rock, and then out of this godforsaken place, hopefully.
All right, well, let's get started.
Wait, I'm confused.
We've got to go get water,
I
Oren.
thought we
Not
doing the night march.
No, we do have to do the night march.
Yes, we have to, because
We're trying to
that's
figure
our
out how
ultimate
to best do
destination.
it, because the tunnel is closed. The tunnel to go through
Yeah.
the night march is closed.
To go around it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hannah, your voice has gotten deeper.
Thank you.
I remember when my voice got
excuse me.
deeper.
I'm looking.
You mean last week?
No, you don't know that, Kira.
I've been with you for the last several months.
What? Bloody hell. All right.
The infinity wall. What's that?
That's
That's blocking off the deep well to the horrors of the earth.
Where our guards would keep watch over the deep place.
Don't go down there. The Balrogs are there.
I hope we could give it a wide berth when we get down to Zidraz.
Well, then why is it on the map?
So that we know where she's
Well,
talking
it's
about.
in the middle of our city.
Well, that's the thing that we have to go get in order to traverse the night march, right? Probably.
If we want to
maybe.
get any of the arcane protections to try to close off the openings to the deep place in the night march, yes, we would have to go there and retrieve some of the extra arcane doors that we had.
Do they have just loose arcane doors like hanging around?
Well, we had them set aside there as
like
part of our
Monsters,
our war plans with Red Rock. If we were ever going to march in force on Red Rock, we didn't want anything from the deep place popping up behind us while we were laying siege. So our plan was to bring those to the night march, put them over the portals to the deep place, and perform a ritual on them to seal them against the evils down there.
How long does the ritual take?
We'd have to look at some of the books near the Infinity Wall. I was not... I was from Ulamarth to the south of... in the south of Zidraz. It was really its own city. Zidraz was basically 5 cities, all packed on top of each other, if you count the Infinity Wall.
Sorry, I just noticed something on the map.
Okay.
You've got a triangle over here, and your legend says surface access. Does that mean we could get up over there? Or is that where
That's the land. Excuse me. That's where the Steve Walker's camp was.
The what?
The what?
In Zidres.
Steve Walkers?
Yeah, the Steve Walkers.
Hey, Steve!
They were the Drow and even some other races who lived with us that weren't allowed further east of the Short Wall, which was the rubble that separated that from the other districts or the other cities. The Steve Walkers would wait for the moon to go new till there was only Steve light in the sky and go out and raid farms for produce
Oh,
that we couldn't
yeah.
grow in Zidres. Sometimes they'd take slaves or other supplies, or sometimes even trade for the things that we needed. It was the only way we really got outside materials in Zidres, other than having to cart the long way to the Silk Road past the Trolls, past Spore City and their meager offerings, and past our old servants that you've just been acquainted with here, the Web Walkers.
Sorry about that.
Steve
really.
Walkers had an exit to the surface, and quite a few of them made it out where others didn't. It's not a particularly viable way unless we can figure out how we have the ability to breathe water. It is under the floodwaters right now. There's also a good chance we might come up in the thick of things up top. It is
That was going to be my question. We needed to get to the
Yeah.
end so that we could surface at the right place.
It is a place we could surface. We would definitely have to spend some time swimming underwater in the, still in the polluted waters. So it's a possibility. But if we do want to get all the way down to the Crystal Lakes, we're going to have to go to Red Rock.
All right, well,
Sounds good to me.
let's just get going in that general direction.
All right.
Well, actually, we have to get going in the opposite direction so we can get water.
No,
Yeah.
the water's right there. And
Yeah,
we're
but
right
we
here.
have to ride on the water striders, go up, and then back down.
Well, that's
You don't
not-
have to go all the way,
No,
not
not
all the way to the
but-
light waterfalls, but where the long breath empties into the, yeah.
We got that.
All right.
This will
well,
be posted
Kira,
at datenightpodcast.com, so you can follow along.
Kira, how do you ride these things?
Why didn't we just
You
take the long
tap
breath
them on
here to
the
begin
legs,
with?
What's
because
that?
you need to breathe water.
It's flooded.
Oh.
You tap them on the leg, and they hunker down a little bit so you can clamber up onto their back, and then they scoot off. And just keep your eyes open for low clearance, and duck if you see anything coming, because otherwise that would hurt.
Okay.
All right, me first.
All right. Everybody hops on these water striders who do kind of flatten out at your request to get on them.
I almost said, but Dern has a hard time clambering on.
Yes, he would, because Dern is
Not here.
not on Limoges.
And then I remembered, oh, wait, he's not Dern anymore. He's Zavast, because Dern is somewhere else.
So Zavast
lemon
just
pies.
cringes
I have
instead.
never met this dwarf.
Something about you reminds the party of him for some reason.
He's so different. It
He
reminds
fills
us of
the
what we've
empty
lost.
place.
Boy, what an asshole.
Currently, yes, he is.
All right, so you jump
That is
onto
what
the,
we call foreshadowing.
you jump onto the striders. Everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. They definitely move more easily over the water than the Henna's boat had, moving much more quickly through the Dark River. They adjust their paths with their rudder-like hind legs, and occasionally stopping and snaring and sucking dry some little invertebrate nasty thing that you come across, including some of these individual web walkers who are not under the command of their queen anymore. But eventually you
They
begin...
just eat them?
I
Yeah,
pat them
they-
on the head and
They
say,
sucked the juices out
good
of them,
boy.
basically.
Keeping us safe. Good boy. And girls. And boys.
After a while, just a couple hours, you begin to see hints of light in the water instead of the inky blackness that seems to absorb all of the light around it. And the water starts to look a little more normal, even if a little cloudy. And then as you kind of shift up the light water, you start to see it gain a slight shimmer. A few minutes later, a glow. And about an hour or so after you make the curve around where the light water joins the Black River, maybe 3 hours into your journey, or I guess it's like 4 hours into your journey overall, You round a bend and see the falls. They're only maybe 5 feet above the surface of the river, but the light is dazzling in comparison to the complete darkness that has surrounded you since you began your journey down the dark river. It's not nearly as bright as it was up at the full Lightwater Falls back in the swamp, but like a hint of a sliver of the sun peeking out from behind the clouds of a torrential storm.
Do we
I
get to
swan
re-roll
dive
wisdom?
into the water.
Okay.
Same.
Just jump down into the water as you get up there.
Can they re-roll their wisdom saves
re-
up here
Yeah.
with their vitamin D light water?
Yeah, we'll see. So you guys are just swimming. The water it's not completely away from where the backwash of the Dark River could come, but it is generally flowing the other way. So it seems like it's pretty clear for the most part in here. Henna says that there are times of the year where the light water doesn't really rush down here, so to still avoid like the upper walls that could have the corruption of the Dark River and things in them. But if you want to refill your water where the water crashes down the falls, that's going to be the purest spot to get it. There's a series of rocks in front of the falls that are illuminated by the cascading water, where it crashes and churns into the comparably less dazzling river in front of you, comparing to the water coming down. She says that's a good place to fill it up. Off to the left of the falls, there's a small alcove just where you jump off of the striders. It's bathed in the light of the reflecting waters, and it's alive with 24 of those giant striders. It looks like that's where they tend to live. And it's just a big, kind of shallow pool in like a open cavern that's lit by the light of the light water. So, yeah, you're up there jumping in, cannonballing.
Yep.
Zev just kind of awkwardly falls off his strider.
Okay, slips over to the side. Yeah. All right, you're in the light water.
Belly flop!
Roll a performance check.
Is belly flop a performance?
Yes.
Well, the
Please
way
fail.
the Grease Wizard does it is.
10.
Okay. Get a little bit of your ribs, a little side flop.
All right.
Henna is immediately over kind of in the rocks, starting to fill up her water skins and drinking straight out of the water there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Same.
Okay.
I do a cannonball near them.
Okay.
We're already standing under a waterfall. I don't think you're
I
going to
think a cannonball's an athletics check.
Well, I know you're standing near a waterfall. You're probably wet, but I want to be part of that reason. That's athletics?
Yeah.
11.
They're not really any more wet than they were, but they jumped in the water, so.
Right.
You're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You specifically.
Anything else you want to do up here? I know Kira just left the table, so anything else you want to do up here in the light water?
Is there anything else we
Other than-
should be doing up here in the light water?
I don't know. I'm just kind of. It's been about only like 4 hours since you woke up. So is it just get up here and refill, or are you spending a little time up here? Or,
Henna!
Wait, have these dark influence rolls been Constitution rolls?
no, wisdom
Oh, okay.
saving throws.
Okay.
Henna!
That makes me feel better, because if it was a Constitution roll, I should be doing much better.
Yeah.
Where can I pee? Which side?
Don't pee in the water.
Downriver.
All right.
Maybe downriver of the Striders alcove. Just as a favor. Return the favor to them.
All right, I'll just do it later when we're driving.
All right.
Just right off the side.
Wait, what?
I wish I didn't have dark vision.
Me too. All right.
All right. This is nice. It's like a little beach vacay.
Well, it's
Yes.
definitely an improvement.
If the beach was dark and depressing.
Well,
And half of us are very ill at this point.
And none of us brought a swimsuit.
oh, who needs a swimsuit?
You do.
And I just kind of flip up the
Nope,
assless
nope,
chaps.
nope.
Just teasing. I'm
I
just
would like-
stalling for time.
I would like to
Maybe
roll
we
to
can
gouge out my eyes.
Yeah, we'll wait for Amy, I think.
So
I pull a rat out of my hat.
Okay.
For what purpose?
Zev, look, I've got one too.
That is not a mouse.
I know, but it's like the same thing almost.
You know,
But,
Zev,
like,
rats are actually better pets
Yeah.
than mice. They're much more trainable.
How dare you compare that thing to my Scrabbles?
Oh.
You know,
How
you can
about this?
teach a
And
rat
then I
how to
put
play
it back in,
basketball. Can you
and I
teach
pull out a
Scrabbles how to
frog.
play basketball?
You
if
like
I
this
had
one?
time, yes.
You like this one, Zev?
No, I do not. Wait, what are you showing me?
It's a frog. I pulled the frog out now.
Can I eat it?
I don't think you have
Can you
infinite
eat it?
vermin.
I do. I got 3 a day.
That's not infinite.
I attempt to eat the frog. But
Alright,
once I bite into it, it poofs away,
just-
doesn't
That's disgusting.
it? People eat frogs.
Not raw live frogs.
That's,
Where were you? Where were you raised?
I was raised in Gast.
Use foe bearer.
Let me look up the hat of vermin. Well, it's good to know if you can eat. the
Even if
things
you
that come
know,
from the hat of
hey, no,
vermin.
but you can't because they disappear once they hit 0 hit points.
Is that what it says?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it says.
But
There
even
it
knowing
is. I
that,
did
it's
find it.
disgusting to take a bite into a live frog.
It disappears after 1 hour or when it drops to 0 hit points. So you could bite it.
I take a
Then it would
dagger
disappear.
and
Hey.
attempt to butcher the frog. And
Yeah,
then
no,
What
just
is
pull
wrong
off
with
the
you?
legs. It'll still be alive.
What
Patch
is
it up.
wrong with you?
Then you can get the sustenance from it, and then
What
it
is wrong?
disappears in an
We
hour.
still have food in the packs.
I was.
Kira's been off trying to talk to some of the other water strategists to see what's going on.
Till she
We can
hears
go
us
back to
yelling
that.
about the frog.
And then I come back, I'm like, what have you guys been doing?
We're gonna eat the frog.
Zev tried to
Zev's
take
gonna
a
do
bite
it.
of the
Zev's got a
live
frog
frog.
by a leg and a dagger in the other hand. He's just like,
All right, you got to do it clean, Zev, or else it'll die. It'll bleed out. You got to patch it up soon.
he tries to take a swing at it.
Zev,
And it
no.
immediately disappears because the frog has 1 hit point.
Oh, darn it! All right, you want to try a bat now?
What are
Your
you guys
ideas
doing?
are terrible.
All right.
Filling the time.
I'm not
Okay.
hungry anyway.
So retconning.
Rat conning?
Rat conning.
And I pull out a rat.
Nope, you're
That's
out
your
of
last
charges.
charge.
No, I have 3.
That was
Yeah.
your third.
Rat, frog, and bat.
I didn't actually pull out a bat.
Okay, he pulls out a rat.
Here you go, Kira. What you asked for? It's a rat.
This is your third charge.
I know.
Okay.
I'll get it back
Gonna
on.
need that so much later.
Flat stare.
And I
Wish I had.
slowly put it.
Okay, so going back, I had talked to the water strategists and asked if they had seen anything that may have affected us downstream of the entrance to Lightwater Creek back into the Dark River.
Okay.
And they said, we're bugs. What does that mean?
They tap back along the
I have speak with animals.
surface of the water. They say, can I see the map real quick?
No.
That's what they say.
I will need to reference the bottom of the big one because the bottom of this one is cut off.
Okay.
They say they haven't been south of the Lightwater Falls. They say they will only go as far as where the city begins because there are things there that shouldn't still be there.
Well, I ask about what they see up to that point. So I know what encounters we might have
Up to where?
up to here. Because you said that they won't go
Right.
here
They
because there are
say
things
it's
there.
usually pretty safe for them to go that far. But
What
they won't
do
go any
they
farther.
see? Because they were eating some of the web walkers. So I'm
Just
trying to
web
ask,
walkers. That's mostly what's in the caverns there.
are there any other web walkers there?
There are
Or
There's-
webs, I mean.
they're scattered throughout the caverns, and the webs, are ever changing to try and trap things. They have lost a water strider or two inside the webs over the years, but usually the web walkers are trying to catch smaller things.
Are they willing to take us down to the entrance to the city so that we can have their assistance to get through any webs or to see any webs so we can avoid them?
Yeah, they're willing to take you as far as the. They kind of explain like a tall structure at the top of the city. They say when they can see that, that's when they stop.
Is that gray stone on the map? Okay.
It's before that, kind of.
Okay. And then I go back and we have the entire, what are you guys doing? Exchange.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you're there at Lightwater. You've been there a little while, talking, exchanging vermin. Everybody can, for spending a little while swimming around and drinking the new Lightwater, and your packs can lose 1 level of dark influence.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I'll put my little I feel dread thing back away.
I'm at +1 level of light influence.
Do I still have the disadvantage?
No.
Does that mean he has advantage on
Yeah, you can have
rolling?
advantage on your next dark influence roll, Sam, since you didn't have any.
I hate you.
Can I bring myself back up to max health, or do I have to wait till I rest?
You can bring your... Did you not bring yourself back up?
She
Technically, you
was
didn't have
at
a
full
rest.
health, but she lost hit dice.
Right.
Can she have one or both of them back?
Not until,
No, I mean my max HP lowered.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
No,
Sorry.
that cannot... That does not go away.
Oh, does any of my stuff go away?
You go down to the 3rd level. So it was the visions that you were having at night, but it's not night right now. That would go away.
So you feel like you might sleep better tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait, but I didn't have my hit points lowered or my hit dice lowered till I was at 4.
Well, the only reason I lowered the hit dice was because technically you shouldn't have had a long rest from the nightmares.
Oh, okay.
So you would have had to use those to get your health back up.
When do I get back up to max health then?
You can roll a d20 and then let me see your sheet because I don't think you'd know what is causing this effect.
That would be a 3.
Okay, you don't know. You know that you are feeling weak. You feel like you've had something sort of drained from you, and it doesn't seem maybe just like a natural effect of not sleeping, like you've done that plenty of times. This is something else.
Cool. So that didn't help me at all.
It'll help you tonight.
Well, it'll help you if you can rest tonight, and help you not, if you fail, not go to 5th level.
Okay. That's
Probably
fair.
death.
We don't
not
want to
gonna
know what
die.
5th level is.
Well, now I'm curious.
Well, maybe she's going to attack one of you
I'm just
guys,
gonna start drinking the water. I want to know.
and then suddenly she attacks a grease wizard. Get out of my head!
To see the end.
You've become Gary Busey.
That's 8th level.
Hopefully not with teeth.
All right, so you guys
On the road
I don't mean
again?
like any
getting
teeth. I
back
just mean
on
the
the
Gary Busey.
Strider?
It's not a
I
road.
drive too.
He does whenever we get in the car.
On the road again.
So Zev awkwardly gets back on the water strider.
Okay. You get on some water
I
striders.
evolve back up like an expert.
All right. I guess roll an athletics check.
This is why
Don't
it's
be fancy about it.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, you vault back up there like an expert.
Me too.
Okay.
I just get on it normally.
All right. It's easy enough. They lean down for you. So you
Shorty.
head down the Light River
Yep.
or Lightwater.
And as we get to the dark river, it starts getting dark again, so I light up Fresnel again.
Okay. You shine it down the path ahead of you. The striders do kind of zip around a couple of small webs hanging down, but there's nothing as big as what was in the Troll Tooth caverns. You think that was really where the web walkers congregated the most. There's just 1 or 2 stray ones around that either crawl up to the ceiling and hide or get sucked dry by the striders as you go through.
Good boy.
You.
We killed your queen. We killed your queen.
Here
Naughty,
is her
naughty.
sword.
Hate that
After
thing.
a few more hours of travel, now your legs sore from trying to clutch onto the striders all morning and all afternoon. The water from the dark river slowly starts to spread out and shallow a bit as you reach the Wraith's Tears, or Zidras, formerly Zidras. The former Drow city is perpetually up to its shoulders in floodwater, with some of the buildings completely submerged, while other high points in the city still offer dry places for people to rest. The Striders take you that far, but as they told Kira, kind of balk at the city's edge and refuse to move more than 20 feet or so past where the first short buildings protrude from the murky water. And one of them sends a message to you, Kira, that says basically, not a place for the living.
Hopefully we won't stay long enough to join the dead.
It basically says good luck. If you need passage back, call at the north of the city to the waters, and we'll come and get you.
And I acknowledge.
Okay.
And I touch one of their legs to thank them, and off they go.
Okay. Off they go.
That was beautiful.
Bye.
Now and again, I can do some cool stuff.
They drop you off kind of near that tower that they had described to you on the outskirts of the city. It looks like it was a sentry tower. They got close enough to where you could potentially get into a window of it if you wanted.
Yes,
you guys
please.
are fairly tired. It's about 5 feet above the surface of the water, but before they go, they could have kind of boosted you up as you said goodbye to them.
I was hoping they would have.
It's almost the peak of the tower sticking out of the water here. You can see the kind of crenellated top, maybe 2 stories up from where you go into the window. You guys go inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a doorway down?
Yeah, you get inside the tower, and you're on sort of a staircase that's here. It looks like this was just a window overlooking the staircase. The
Okay.
stairs do go down, but about 5 feet down, it's full of water.
Okay, go up, and is there a doorway? Like a closable door?
You get, first of all, when you're inside the tower, there's this really cold chill on the walls. They're covered in this black kind of oozy mold, which is just kind of constantly wet.
Do you want to cast fire cantrip and clean the walls a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, just scrubbing the walls as you go.
Yeah. I'm doing it out of my fingertips, so it's like a finger gun. Like,
Can I help him with
Okay.
some Eldritch Blasts?
Sure,
Just
that
trying to
would
clear the
blow
walls a
all
bit
the
to-
stuff like up into the air because that's not force.
Zeb, I'm allergic.
That you try to have mold spores go flying.
Would
up into
I
the
know
air.
that
cast
before
bleach.
I try?
Probably not. Well, you know it's a force and not a fire.
I like how the grease wizard casts bleach.
What about green flame blade? I'm trying to help.
That's a flame.
Okay.
You could drag that along.
I'm
the
trying to
walls.
reduce our dark
You guys
influence
spend the next,
exposure.
Like a big two-handed squeegee.
2 hours scrubbing the walls of the castle. Always leave a place looking nicer than you found it.
Okay, can we barricade the
what
door
Mother
down?
always said.
Barricade the doorway down
you
if
okay?
possible.
No.
Do you need a?
There's no door down yet. You
Yes.
haven't. I guess you're moving up. But
Wait,
Yes.
hold on. Hold everything.
what?
Zeb is going to give the grease wizard a hug.
He looked like he's having a hard time.
Okay.
How does it feel?
I don't know.
Moldy?
Roll a persuasion check, Savask.
You
No.
may also feel a tiny dagger at your back when he's giving you this hug.
It's a 7.
Not great with the tiny dagger at your back.
Wait, wouldn't-
Hey.
Okay.
Why would there be a dagger at his back?
He hit me with a fireball.
But
Oh,
then I
that's
gave
true.
you gold, and we said we were good, Zev.
Yes, we are good.
All right, here's another gold.
That's kind of crazy.
66
427.
Where did you get that much?
from him.
No.
Oh.
Where did he get all that?
I have no idea.
He's a hoarder.
He's always
He
grabbing
keeps
stuff.
stealing things and not telling the orphans in his party.
Yeah, the
I'm
rest,
giving it to you just slowly.
the rest of us are broke.
You're not responsible enough to have all that money at once, I guess.
We're learning,
We're
Zev.
facing down a blank check situation.
Oh, how did that get there? He puts the dagger away.
Thank you for the hug.
Hi, thanks for listening to the Date Night Podcast with me, Amy. If you like the show, we can really use your help to spread the word. Share the show with a friend or a family member who you think might enjoy the story. You can also help by following us on social media like Facebook and Twitter at Date Night Podcast and sharing our posts from there. That's also the best way to follow our giveaways and announcements about the show. Now, back to the action.
You're
Anyway, what's next, DM?
That's the
You
worst
head
to
up
watch.
like a spiral staircase around the side of the wall with some chips and cracks in some of the steps.
Oh, I was
eat some
assuming we were
chips.
in a room, and that's why I was asking him to clear the room.
No, you. I
Oh.
said entered into the stairs in a hallway.
And I
You
said
guys
we
are
went
just
up.
Scrubbing. Housekeeping.
I thought
You know,
we went
the
up.
city doesn't look that bad. With maybe a little bit of tender, loving care, it could be.
We were gonna go up, but then there's hugging and things, so we're not up yet.
Okay, well, I'm assuming that this is when we're in a room, we clean the walls and barricade a door.
Zev and I finished cleaning, and then we gave each other a hug because we did a good job.
Good job, buddy.
Good job. I mean, high five.
Okay.
For Zev, that's a low 5.
No, I hold my hand up. And it takes me a few seconds, and then I lower it down.
The walls are tight in the hallway. It's like you could go 2 by 2, but it would be pretty tight. Hannah, as soon as she went in the tower, as you
I
guys were
forgot Hannah was
cleaning,
here.
started going up toward the next floor past the cleaning service.
We need a henna hat so that we know when he is also being
Yeah.
henna.
Hey,
And
Hannah,
Calvin
where
hat.
are you going?
She just doesn't say anything. She just looks purposeful as she tries to go up and find something with Kira, I guess, who was also trying to go upstairs.
I'm gonna
Yes, because I was
follow.
about to say I was following her.
I'm gonna follow her. Yeah.
Only
I
about
don't
10
trust the
feet
dark
up,
elf I follow.
you make a way to the landing, and there's a thick dark wood door with black metal braces on it toward the center of the tower, and then the staircase continues up further past the landing. It appears to be locked.
Scratch it.
No, me.
All
Still
right,
locked.
got it. And I've disappeared onto the other side.
Okay, you're on the other side.
And there's a giant monster there with its mouth open, and you appear in it, and it chomps, and we say, oh, no.
New
No, you're
character.
in the room. It looks like an old barracks. There's 10 bunks with footlockers,
And 10
an old
skeletons.
mildew-soaked rug with once a pretty fancy woven pattern on it. The room is shaped like a half circle. It's round on the side you entered, kind of, and flat or straight across from you. The bunks spiral around the side of the room with the headboards against the curved wall. Opposite the door you entered, there are 2 doorways beside each other, each with simple wood doors that are partially opened. And
Can
you're
I-
inside.
Can I do an investigation check?
Can you
of the
open
room?
the door?
I
Can I
will
try-
in a second.
Can I try to unlock the door while he's looking around?
Yeah, do you have any
I have
thieves'
proficiency
tools?
at these tools.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I could have done that.
Sweet. That's what I was waiting for.
13,
I thought you wanted me to
16.
just go on the other side.
You get
No.
to add your, by the way, for thieves' tools check, I don't know if you've ever done one. It's
This is my
your
first character
dice
that's proficient.
plus your dex plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, that's going to be an 18 then.
Yeah, you stick the thieves' tools in, maybe about 10 seconds after maybe 30 seconds after he's been in the room, fish around in the lock a little bit, and pop it open. What are you doing for the 30 seconds or so while you hear the door jiggling? You started
Quick
to inspect the room.
investigation check.
Okay.
Bastard.
That's a 19 plus 8, 27.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you look around and pretty quickly see that the barracks doesn't look like it housed a whole lot of actual inventory or anything. It looks like people just had what they needed while they were on watch at the top of the tower. But with that, you can start to see into the other doors a little bit. One is like a bathhouse type room with smooth and slick, dark-colored tile floors. The other one looks like it's maybe a kitchen.
And the rest of us are just seeing an old, rusty door.
Yeah.
And then right before
Zev
Zeb
pops
does it,
the
I
door
unlock
open.
it.
Zev, the door opens, seemingly having been picked.
There you go.
Oh,
Good job, Zev.
okay, that was easier than I thought.
Okay. Now you see everything I kind of just described, except you don't know what's behind the other 2
Could you train
doors yet.
Scrabbles how to pick locks?
I don't. He doesn't have thumbs.
Hmm.
Haven't you ever seen a mouse's little paws?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have thumbs?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this. Mike doesn't know this.
You're not a very good pet owner, are you?
Mike doesn't have a mouse.
We've seen enough mice in our time
Like
here.
in
I'm
Conan
just
the
saying,
Barbarian,
I-
where he's
I
trained
really-
the weasels to like go behind. Was it Conan or is it a different? It's like Beastmaster.
I just like
They train
imagining.
the weasels to go and open up the city gates.
That sounds like Beastmaster.
Yeah.
I just like imagining the big half orc holding up the mouse to the lock, and the mouse like with its
a good
tiny
one.
little
Is
hands.
that an animal handling check?
I guess.
Okay. We'll work on it.
We'll get there, yeah.
All right, so you're inside the big barracks room. A couple other doors straight ahead of you.
All right, Hannah, why do you want to get in here?
Well, I figured it's late. We're tired. We really don't want to be outside in the city at it doesn't really matter if it's at night, but if we stop moving for long enough in the city, the shadows will be on us and we'll never get a rest. It's not exactly safe to be jumping into buildings either, because in some of them the residents haven't exactly left despite the fact that they're dead. But at least I'd rather take my chances with one or two unquiet spirits than shadows assaulting us for 8 hours.
Shadows?
That's fine.
Oh,
All right.
that's
Well,
fine.
and I lock the door.
Okay.
Oh, is that what those shadows are? That I've been seeing all day?
You've been seeing shadows?
What?
You guys haven't been seeing shadows?
No.
No.
Oh, man.
I feel a little creepy now and again, but otherwise I'm... No. Except for that time when I was face down in the water.
Well, that's in the past, Kira. Let's just move
Yeah,
on
all's
from
well
that.
that ends well.
Right. You're alive now. I hate looking into the past. Ha ha ha! All right.
Hey, are you good?
Ye-
Can you, chill for, a second?
oh, look, there's the bathhouse. See ya.
Okay. You go in through the door over there. Mm-hmm. It's pretty empty, again, with the smooth, dark-colored tile. There's a spigot on the end of the room and a long lever installed to pump water up from way below.
Turn it on.
Why would you want to pump that nasty
You'd have
water?
to pump it, yeah. It's just a long lever. There's, some buckets. There's a couple of tubs in the room. You can try to pump.
Yeah, make a little bath for myself.
You start pumping. You see similar black mold to the type that you saw on the hallway.
and then I stop
On
pumping.
the opening in the spigot, just start bubbling out and drip slowly, almost like tar into the bucket a little bit. And then when you stop, it just it's so viscous, it just back up.
Oh, gross. All right, don't use the bathhouse.
Okay.
Long rest time.
All right. You guys want to rest? Or?
Sure.
I guess.
Okay.
Is it long rest time?
Yeah. You guys have been gone for most of a day. I know it's a short time in terms of playtime with the travel that got.
Does this mean we have to roll again?
Yeah, unless there's anything you want to do. I mean, you would have maybe an hour or two before you would maybe want to go to sleep.
I want to do something.
Yeah.
I'd like to explore.
I want to try and cast message to
Okay.
speak to the man in my bag.
I don't think you can cast message across another dimension.
No.
Okay.
Can he open a
think
tiny
you would
little
know
wrinkle in it?
If he does, no.
No, I
Let's
don't
not
wanna deal with
risk
that.
it.
He would have to be in it,
I do try and do it, but I don't get any response.
right?
Cool.
It doesn't seem like I think you would even feel like you were talking to someone, it connect, but you feel kind of the spell just fade.
Okay, well, I learned that lesson.
All right. Kira, what were you saying?
I'd like to explore.
You want to look around?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully with Henna,
Okay.
since she knows more what's going on around here.
Yeah, it seems like the barracks room just has kind of moldy blankets and things like that.
Cleanup crew.
I
There's
think the
the
elves are forming a clique.
doorway to the bathroom and to another room, which you pop open. It's already halfway open. Looks like it goes to a kitchen of some sort. There's an open fireplace with a large kettle hung over it. There's a window to the right
Fireball.
of the room that kind of looks out into the city.
Into the pot. Not the,
Is it a beautiful
well, maybe
view?
not up.
No, you can see out about 60 feet with your dark vision, so it's just
Yeah, no fireball.
basically you can see down to the water because it's only 20 feet or so below this level, but that's about all you can see.
What is your fire?
There's an open dumbwaiter near a small row of shelves and cabinets and a little pantry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Any-
food's not going to be good anymore.
I'll investigate it anyway.
All right, roll an investigation check.
13, 15. 16? Yeah, 16.
Okay.
You find a single Twinkie. It's still edible.
Woohoo!
You find
Zombieland.
two, there's some sacks on the front of the shelf, and you move them, and some rotten potatoes fall out.
Well, that's gross.
And they
Splat, splat.
onto the ground. But then behind the bag, you saw two dusty but sealed bottles of wine.
Woohoo!
up on the shelf.
It's probably fine.
I'll take them.
Okay. You can write down 2 bottles cheap wine.
Of cheap wine?
Hmm.
They can have their elf click, and we can have our "my father was never proud of me" click.
I guess Henna went in.
We'll all
She could
even
look
out.
around,
My
too.
father didn't know I existed. Does that count?
Henna's just looking out the
Bummer.
window uncomfortably with her investigation check of 3.
Hannah, are you doing okay?
Um,
Since there's nobody else here, just us elves.
yeah, I mean, I've only been back here once since it flooded, and I thought that was all I was going to be back here. I don't like looking at the city this way. I mean, none of my memories down in the Underdark are particularly fond, but they were better than this.
I believe it.
Where did you live when you grew up here? Are we not? I thought we were all in the same room.
They
No,
went
they
into
went
the
off
kitchen.
to be elves together.
I thought we were all in the same room. They were just
Leaving the
like,
rest
doing
of us
their own
alone.
thing.
Arn bumps through the door into the kitchen.
I thought we were
Oh,
all
hi.
in the same room.
Well, they went to the kitchen.
We
Did
were
you want to
exploring.
go into the kitchen, or
No, I'm fine.
okay? What? I don't remember where we were.
Me neither.
I thought we were all in the same room.
You're
I
paying
didn't
attention.
realize you guys were
Kira,
trying to exclude me.
Voices carry in here, I think.
I do.
I lived. We're right now in the north of the city. I lived in the south. This is Jalara's domain. She lived at Greystone and kept court there. There were the other matriarchs who lived up here. It's sort of the upper echelon of Zidra's.
She's not still here, is she?
If she's anywhere and not at rest, it would be in Greystone.
So avoid Greystone, if possible.
I would. Jalara was not anybody to mess with in real life. Really, none of the matriarchs were. They had maybe only 50 of the ruling women of the city, but their slaves and consorts and servants numbered over 1,000. I came from much more, I guess, meager means in Ulatmarth. We were kind of the backbone of the city.
We only had 15 slaves.
We were common folk, craftspeople, some elderly and forgotten. We also had healers, entertainers, butchers. I mean, we were the people that really kept the city running, us and with the supplies that the Steve Walkers brought in, maybe them as well a bit. In the east were Brila's bastards, and that was the other part of the city. And then there was the wall.
We're going to have to go through the Brila's bastards, aren't we?
It depends how we decide to proceed on our journey. Brila's bastards were the city guard they manned the Dusk Spire and Brila's wall and kept peace throughout the other districts. Brila and her bitches gave the orders, and the bastards carried them out.
It's very Mad Max.
We could go that way.
I think we'll eventually be passing near the Dusk Spire anyways.
Yeah,
But how
I
are
mean,
you doing? Quietly, away from the rest of the party.
Hey guys, what's going on?
And now Arn comes in.
Does she, though?
No.
Okay.
A
Nobody
little
wants
better
to hang out with me.
after having
We are hanging out with you.
visited the Lightwater.
Pat her on the shoulder.
I mean, we could go back and talk to the others about how we want to get through the city in the morning. If we want to talk about that tonight, I could give you some advice about what still might be in any of the districts.
Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Arn and Zeb are busy at work trying to teach Scrabbles how to pick a lock.
Okay.
We found some common ground.
Good. Scrabbles he's interested in the food that you're giving him for touching the lockpick, and he's kind of got the idea that as he touches the lockpick, you give him food. So he's been touching the lockpick and looking at you.
That's a
touching
good
the
boy.
lockpick
A
and
good
looking at
boy.
you. It's a start, maybe.
Zeb, you can't just give him a treat every time.
Such a good mouse.
His cheeks are just sticking way out.
Mouse, not a chipmunk.
This one, borderline right now.
He has a little chipmunk on his mother's side.
Kira and
Stupid.
Hannah walk back out of the kitchen. Kira now with a couple bottles of wine that she found in there.
Hey guys, look what I found!
Oh, thank God.
We should probably wait till we're back above ground before we drink this so we can stay on
Kira?
watch.
I need it.
I don't
I'd
think.
hand him
No,
one.
I don't think he should. I don't think he should.
It's gone.
I intercept it.
He casts
No,
fireball
Two
when
of,
he's sober.
Aaron and Grease Wizard roll sleight of hand against each other. Just covering up his
What did
dice.
you get?
What did you get?
What did you get?
It's not poker. You can't bluff.
10.
You're lying.
I'm not.
5.
Yes!
You've got the bottle of wine.
And I go in a corner and I drink the whole bottle.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving
Holy
throw.
God.
That's a 16 plus 3, 19.
All right, little tipsy, but little belchy, but seemingly okay. Having to use the bathhouse, maybe. Of the
Zev makes a mental note to never get into a drinking contest with the gnome.
Well, I mean, he nurses it for a while before it's all drunk, but he's in the corner.
I don't know
drinking
about
the
that.
bottle.
I'd say he downed the first half of it and then he nurses the rest of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, well, that's one bottle.
Okay, I guess that leaves another one for the 4 of us.
I'm just impressed. I'm not even mad.
I swill a little bit.
Okay.
Do you have cups or do I have to get all you guys germs?
It's alcohol.
There may be some in
It's
the
wine.
kitchen. I think there were some in there.
I'm joking. It's fine.
Okay. Everybody takes a few swigs. Hannah says, I know this. Taste well. This is familiar.
I thought you said it was cheap wine. Oh, wait, she was.
Oh, this is terrible.
How
get
would you
used to
know?
it.
I don't, but this is awful. People drink this?
Has Zeb never had wine before?
No, this is awful.
But wine is the juicy stuff.
This is terrible.
This juice tastes weird.
Scrabble's like some?
No.
I'm pretty sure you don't give wine to mice.
Well,
How old is Zev?
20.
Wait, okay, everyone go around the table and tell me how old everyone is. I'm starting to get concerned.
Zev is 20.
25. I'm a young half elf.
I actually don't know how old Aaron is.
Well then.
But that's
7.
but that's canon also.
Hannah is in her 50s.
I'm only half elf, so I'm an adult.
Which is young for a
Yes.
drow.
Yeah, I have no idea how old Aaron is, but that tracks given her timeline.
Okay. So
The
you're...
grease wizard kind of looks around a little bit. And then continues to nurse.
Okay. So
You didn't just yell out 7.
we want to get some sleep, or do we want to talk about...
We should probably talk
Please,
about
can we make a plan?
and then we can sleep
All
in
right.
turns.
I'm not going to sleep tonight anyway, so.
We need to go the fastest route.
Well, definitely
But safest.
No, fastest.
the fastest route would be
The
to go straight across
happy.
the
medium.
east of the city. We could go from rooftop to rooftop across the northern district, and
Oh, so we're going to be Aladining it with
well, we're going to
jump
be
poles.
swimming
Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat.
from rooftop to rooftop and taking.
Riff Raff Street Rat.
Disney, people. Disney.
Hashtag not sponsored. We love you, Disney. Sorry.
Please,
Continue.
please go on.
I like the rooftop to rooftop.
Yeah,
It's quick. It's
and
easy.
then we'll be we'll have to go through the bastards to get to the rest of the way. That's the quickest way. I know a lot of the bastards never left. They stayed through the flood to a man because they were commanded to. So I'm pretty sure there's still plenty there that haven't walked on. Our other option is to go the long way around to the west of the Infinity Wall through the Western District.
But if it's an infinity wall, does it ever end?
It
No,
blocks
it-
the deep place.
It's
It
like a
blocks
circle.
It doesn't end.
It's not very infinity, is it?
Well, think about it. Zev, a circle is infinity.
It just keeps going around and around.
Zev's mind is blown. he's literally just tracing circles with his finger in the air, just like, oh.
Okay.
Um,
And you've broken the warlock.
if we go the long way around, we're probably going to need to come up with a boat of some kind. There's not as many tall
Let's
buildings.
not take
that
the long
we can
way.
get to.
Well, I think it depends, right? Do we want to block up the wells or whatever with the ritual, the to the deep place in the night marsh?
Right.
Or-
If we want to do that, we are going to have to go to the infinity wall.
What's our option if we don't want to do that?
I think we need to have the doors.
If we don't, we're going to either have to try and guard our minds and sneak through
Because
the
we've
night
done
march
so well with it so far.
and hope things don't come back up behind us while we're trying to get into Red Rock. There's no guarantee we're going to be able to get past the gate at Red Rock, at least quickly. So, we could sneak by. We can go by kind of quickly, try and just move as fast as possible across the night march. We won't be stealthy in that regard. Those portals are not as big, at least, as the one here that the Infinity Wall guards. The creatures that could exit if this Infinity Wall was left unguarded are, well, let's just say they're not the same ones that we would have to face on the night march, but they're still its servants, and their plan would be to bring us down.
I don't feel like we've done anything to deserve that, but okay. What's this thing
You
labeled?
have minds, and that's all that it requires.
What's this thing labeled Dusk Spine? Is that what it says?
Spire.
Dusk Spire.
That's the big tower that overlooked the night march for the approach of Azers if there was going to be any war between us. We sort of had a build-up of weapons and defenses over the years. We didn't have great relations with them. The Dusk Spire on our end, and the Dawn Spire on their end were parts of those build-ups.
As a reminder, I can cast Pass Without Trace so that we can sneak. However, it will not last forever, so we should probably save it for when we really, really need it.
I say we just go the fast way.
Yeah, fast way probably still best. Unfortunately, it might still be best to go get the doors because, well, what Hannah's describing sounds terrible and nightmarish.
Hannah, do you
Yeah.
think an hour would be enough time for us right before we get to the Infinity Wall to get there, get the doors, and get out?
I think, the Infinity Wall was something I don't, unfortunately, know a lot of what it looks like on the inside. We didn't talk a lot about it. All the other districts, except the Steve Walkers, who by necessity had to live nearby it, gave it a wide berth and didn't build too close to it. The people who walked those walls were people who were shunned from even our district. We would have an odd trader who would go to the dead zone between the wall and the district to trade with them.
Dead zone, that's not...
Always for really good coin. I think the folks who lived at the wall got their funds straight from Jalara for their service. I think even she understood the importance of it, but I don't know where some of the other walkers came from. Some were, again, like people who were shunned from our district, but I think there were others who were bastards that Brila had her way with and didn't please her. Others said they were bastards of a different type that were sent away from the matriarch's wet nurses when they were children as punishment toward their fathers. The people who walked the wall, all in all, were a dour bunch and mostly men. I think the only way they kept their sanity was because they got to leave in shifts and sleep outside the wall from time to time, away from the noises that they said they heard inside. When they slept out in camp, that's the only time people would interact with them. Women, especially single ones from Ulamarth, would go to them and do as they wished. Those were called wall weddings. It was the way a number of children were born in our district.
Oof.
That wall, it encircles, so far as I know, it encircles a door to the deep place, one that's never been opened in our memory. I had heard that there are extra, again, kind of smaller doors there that were fashioned by the same, or at least the descendants of the Arcanists who built the original door. That supposedly that's where a few casters stayed to make sure that the ritual was still holding the doors fast. So I would assume they have some sort of library there that might talk about how to perform the rituals to install the other doors, but I wouldn't know exactly where inside the wall that would be. The wall is, by the way, to describe it, it's not just a wall, like it's a structure it's basically a keep that faces in instead of out. So there's lots of rooms inside of it as well. It's not just a defensive structure. She says, either way, I guess we have bad choices. Facing Brila's bastards is a bad choice. Spending more time down here and going around the long way, especially without a boat, is a bad choice. Going to the wall, well, that's always been a bad choice.
Shortest way possible.
All right.
That's my vote.
Shortest
way.
but fastest.
Shortest but fastest.
I can only give us 2 hours max of being able to sneak.
You could load one up in the spell scroll.
I have, so that's 3 hours.
And we only need to cast it if we see something, right?
So everyone needs to be extra alert.
I mean, the fastest way would be to go rooftop to rooftop. It was a long walk, even when the water wasn't here. It would maybe take a day to walk from Ulamarth up to the northern region here,
So
near Greystone. So we're talking
2 days, 3 days.
2 or 3, depending how well everybody can swim.
We should pole vault across the
It might
rooftops.
take 4 if we could get a boat to go around the infinity wall.
And then I would be out of water.
So, well, we're going to try and get some sleep.
But we're not going to go next to the infinity wall anyway, are we?
No, we're just going to go across the rooftops. 2 days. We got that.
Okay.
I thought we needed the doors, though, once we got to the
We'll just
wall.
run. Just run.
Okay.
There's a window in the kitchen. Maybe try and close that door. Anybody got a way to seal it shut? I'd probably sleep a little better.
Like magically or just in general?
Yeah.
Because I can figure something out.
Just in general, I guess.
I closed the door.
Okay.
There we go.
It's closed.
Can we lock it?
Can I lock it?
Um,
Can I pick it locked?
yeah.
Can I unpick a lock?
Yeah, you could try.
Lock it before you shut
6 plus dex plus proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
16. No, all right, hold on. 16 plus 3 plus 3.
Okay. Click. You shake the door. Looks like the knob doesn't turn anymore. Looks like you got it locked.
It's locked. Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
I put some rags underneath, like on the.
You said there was a window as well
There was a window in the kitchen.
that goes to the outside.
Yeah.
Can I try to rip one of the cupboards off, like the doors off the cupboard in the kitchen, and kind of put that up?
Retconning.
Alright.
Before he locked the door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking we were talking about the other door across.
That one he could lock from the inside without thieves' tools.
Okay, so the door to the kitchen is
It's locked.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
That one would take a key on both sides of the door,
Gotcha.
which you guys don't have, but he picked it closed. Okay. There's some bunks in here. The blankets are not in particularly good shape, but you could use the bunks, maybe throw the blankets aside and use your own.
Yeah, I'll just sleep on the floor.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before the night? Are you doing any shifts or?
I want to meditate. So maybe I can roll better next time. Just really get myself to a peaceful place.
Okay. Deep breaths.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else you want to do before the?
Do you want my rock?
What rock?
It's from my ancestor, Ohak.
Zev, that's a rock.
Right, it's a very old rock that
No.
belonged to an ancestor of mine. His name was Ohak.
All
And I
rocks.
cast message
All rocks are old,
Into-
Zev. That's not. That's.
into
It's
Zev's
just
mind,
a rock.
and I say, "Don't believe her, Zev. I'll be here to protect
Sword
you.
poofs into his hand. He's just like terrified.
I'm from the rock. No, look at that. Down. I'm the rock. I'm inside. I'm protecting you." And then I cast minor illusion, and it glows a little bit.
But
roll a deception check. I
He's
guess.
holding it though, so wouldn't that
Do I have
dispel
to
it?
roll a thing?
No, I
Well,
make
it-
glow a little.
If it glows,
Okay.
that would still hold up to insight.
But everybody would see the glow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you would see the glow because I
Whoa,
am
what
holding it out to you.
I was an 11.
Okay.
8 plus what?
Insight.
I believe it's glowing.
Nothing. So
Legit.
8.
That's a cool rock.
I was gonna say I noticed the grease wizard cracking up in the corner, but I rolled a 2, so I'm like, "What is that?"
That's a cool
Zev
rock.
just shakes his head excitedly. Do you want the rock?
I don't know. I don't want your stupid ancestor rock.
You tricked everybody except for Hannah, maybe.
Hannah's not paying attention. Once the door was locked, she went over to a bunk, threw the moldy blankets off, and started trying to go to sleep.
So you don't want the meditation rock? Of Ohak?
I don't know.
Okay. Puts it back in his pouch. It just feels very superior, knowing that he has an obviously magical rock from his
Okay.
ancestor.
Well, I'm shook.
Greasy, why are you laughing?
I thought of a funny goof that
Okay.
someone once told me.
Okay.
On the island of Lamoche, there was...
Oh, what
a-
is
We're
it?
on the island of Lamoche.
Right, I'm telling the joke. On the island of Lamoche, there once was a lad who had some pants, and his pants got sad. Nice
How
rhyme.
is that funny?
It's gnomish, you don't understand.
His
All
pants
right.
was sad.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Me too.
Yeah, we probably should still do
Long
watches
rest.
though.
Yeah, do you want to do watches?
Yes.
I'll take
Yeah.
first watch.
First watch? All right.
I'm going to sleep to try and forget that horrible joke.
Okay, Zev, just go ahead and roll a perception check.
I don't like perception checks.
5.
Okay.
You don't see anything coming.
Yeah, so, Zev, as you're kind of taking the first watch...
If I put my back against the wall, can I get advantage?
No,
No,
probably not.
okay.
You're just kind of tired. You've been exhausted from not really eating that well. Kind of have your mind drifting, petting Scrabbles a little absent-mindedly, examining your rock and wondering why it only glows when the grease wizard knows you're looking at it.
I try rubbing it just like a genie's lamp. Just
And you're kind of sitting near
Hashtag
where
not
the
sponsored.
arch of the wall meets the flat spot.
Why is he taking
And
out a
from
book?
behind
Oh,
you,
no.
out of the bathroom, there's going to be a surprise.
We
round.
forgot to check the bathroom.
Ew. A surprise from the bathroom is
Surprise
never.
round.
Surprise round from the
That's the name of the
bathroom.
episode. Surprise round from the bathroom. We hope you've enjoyed our date night together. Remember, you can really help us out by subscribing, rating, and reviewing on whatever platform you use to listen to us. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again next week.